All right, good morning, everyone. Hooray! Okay, filling this out. If you do a failed breakdown of the overnight low early morning here, I'm definitely interested here. Looks like we're hitting that area, 82s. They're coming straight into it, but we'll see if they give that test. It's only going to be a level to level move probably though. Let's take trades below like 82, maybe even the 75, 77 area, the two lows, overnight low and the prior day low. It reclaims back above 85. I'll take it there and then probably just take it at 95 where VWAP is. Probably just a 10-point trade. Expectations are low today given the FOMC later. I like failed breakdowns of overnight low plus PDL that reclaim back above 85 to target VWAP at 96, 95. Shorter term targets given today's FOMC meet later. This is like around the time I have to go poo, man. Damn. I have to go right back. No, they're holding here pretty okay. Yeah, I'll try it here small, but I don't trust the low they're making. I'm buying at the value or high of the current open. I'm gonna take a tight stop on this, but overall, I still like longs even. Okay, as soon as I buy it, it goes down. I still like longs even if it dips down past my stop loss currently. I'm just keeping it tight just in case it wants to not really run into the overnight low, but go past, just hover right above it and run into the full session VWAP. But if it takes me out, I'll wait for that full breakdown of the those two levels below and then see if I can get along after that. Oh. Yeah, they hit my stop right there. Wait, oh, I was like, wait, they didn't stop me out completely. I did a little side swipe there again. The same spread as yesterday. The Dow's going higher and that Nasdaq's going lower. Alright, we'll do it again. Seems like they don't really want to break it. Yeah, NQ recovered VWAP now. That looks pretty decent now. Not a second to lose. you did for me, I do with my first song. You got what you need if you like breaking the law. Come on, praise me at God. I'm in it instant like replay. Have you ever heard of? Perfect. You got options. What do you do? Watch these pills down with liquor and fall. Do it to me, I do it my first song. What you did. Looks like we're holding for the overnight high. See if they take it out. Then the Dow already hit the overnight high. The NQ quickly recovered above VWAP, so that's some of the strength we're seeing here. It's kind of a similar divergence to yesterday. The NQ is a little bit of a laggard again. Did I? No, it's part of the newsletter. This is level, the zone 85s. I said. The newsletter I gave yesterday that as long as we can hold on any consolidation, whether overnight or regular trading hours, between 85 or what is that, 585 and 598, I like longs in this consolidation area. Ideally, this morning I said I would like to see a failed breakdown of the prior day low and overnight low to trigger a long, but they didn't do it. So given they couldn't do it, they just figured I'd add and just widen my stop loss in case they did, because they can still swipe that low and then continue higher if it's going to continue back into the val area. So my assumption was when I took it is maybe they'll just, there's two scenarios in how this can play out. It just holds the overnight low and it just drifts into the overnight high without taking the overnight low. And then the second scenario is it takes out the overnight low, the priority low. I still want to be in the trade. I like the area. So then I'll just take it, smaller size, widen the stop loss, and then, you know, see whatever direction they want to take it. Overall, the zone is of huge interest, regardless of how they play it out. I wasn't sure how they do it, so I figured I'd just opt in, widen the stop loss, and go from there. We'll see though. They gotta reclaim that 600 area. 600 area is obviously a key rejection area. Straight. Oh, thanks, FH. Welcome, sir. YM is. This is the same divergence as yesterday. The NQ is fucking shit up again. Wow. Usually it's the Dow doing this. I remember I had a saying is like, "Come on, Dow, don't fail me now." And now it's the NQ doing it. Now the NQ is failing me now. This is like a year ago. Oh, no, 2023, 2024. I had to say that a lot for the Dow. It was just a laggard. It was during that NVIDIA run-up, 23, 24, where tech was just like completely obliterating every other sector in terms of performance. And it was like almost every day or every other day where the Dow was just selling off and the NQ was running. Now it's the opposite currently at this time. Now it's the opposite. The Dow is running and the NQ is doing jack. Good morning. Good morning. Super low volume, honestly. This is not good. It's very staticky. Like I'm like one headline away from a stop loss, no doubt. Like or from a take profit. Just given the tape like this, like one headline comes in and changes everything. And the fact that you have to be concerned about headlines is a new regime. Okay, this isn't something that's like something I have to be cognizant of all the time about headlines coming in while the tape is acting like this. It's just this during this admin. Hey, good morning, man. Welcome back. And back in. Okay. Yeah, I think Q's back below VWAP. Yeah, this is disappointing. I'm watching NQ closely here again. This teetering of just like yesterday, dude. Say the least, it's pretty annoying. OpenAI teams up with Accelerate AI innovations. The armed. I'll see bullish views as bursting. Boost the CPU demand. Back over VWAP on the NQ right now. It's for on a small time frame here. Let's see what time frame is it on. Wrong one, yeah. Let me see. Actually, does it work? Give me a sec. Gotta try it. Don't do that. Sorry, I'm trying to do something over here. Alright, let's see. Doesn't work. No, it does. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there it is. There it is. It does work. Okay. So if the area generally, the 85, I kind of discussed that area as an area of interest. We'll see if it ends up holding. What? Oh, the Yankees fucking shit up. That's why the Yankee S&P can't seem to get a leg past that 595 area, really. It's not good. Back below VWAP again on the NQ. Bow. How do I detach this one? Oh shit, that's not what I'm trying to do, bro. Come on. Smaller. Oh, I figured it out. Oh, it's right in front of me. What the f? Alright. Let's see. Symbol. I'm gonna just let this play out, man. This is messy, but I hope Trump speaks less. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know if that's possible, dude. But yeah, that would be nice. Where is the... And back to my entry. This is yeah, it's not looking good. The acceptance underneath that Valerie low for the week, so that's not a good sign. And balance down again. It is not a good setup. If they touched the Valerie low, and they just completely rejected it. That's not a good trade. Not a good trade as it relates to what's going on right now. Not a good one. But I will hold it. I like the area, but starts to dip, then you know, nothing I can do. I mean, I just take the L. Where is the... They hit the full session Valerie low right there perfectly, and then took a dump. Where's the chart symbol, man? Come on now. I'm trying to do something over here. Can't figure it out. And I don't waste it getting faded, cuz We got info. Hit the overnight low? Yeah, they're right at the overnight low. All right, let's see what they do here. I want to see this zone hold on a dip, but if it doesn't, then my stop isn't too far off. This overnight low probe and hold would be ideal, but we'll see. We will see. How do I change the symbol? Bro, I hate Sierra chart. There's just too much settings. There are way too many settings. I can't figure out where shit's at, man. Where is it? 94 is a good ever holds. We'll see, yeah. It's the prior day low. It didn't quite hit the prior day low again. The volume is picking up here. When you break a level like this, like a overnight low or prior day low, this is the kind of activity I want to see just underneath it. The tape waking up a little bit, because the tape's been pretty slow since we woke up, right? Since we started here the day. And seeing it do this is kind of what you want to see, is the tape wake up like this when it does probe a level, but you want to see something similar, some sort of reaction, not just the same selling. Yahoo! What are you drinking for? Groupies like this cool suits me. Spirituals is blissful. Looking out as far as I can see. Beliefs. All right. If this holds here, I'll add a little bit more, probably a couple lots, and go from there. But it's got to hold on this little bounce. And I know it looks like a weak bounce, to be honest. I'm not really convinced by it. A weak bounce. Where is symbol? I swear I knew where symbol was, and I don't know where it is. They know. Okay, it's holding pretty decent. Buy a couple here. I'll adjust the stop too once I get more confirmation that it wants to hold here. Yeah, it's going good. Okay. The way I would define it holding per se is it has to get above the RTH VWAP, which is just above. If it does, I'll adjust the stop to below where this low is right now and go from there. I added just 2 more lots to the setup there. It wasn't enough to bring my average any lower. I wasn't really caring too much about that, just like the area. Just another trap or what? The real hold is above 600. 602, where that Valeria low is right here. This is the key reclaim area. If it holds that, it really have some momentum, but other than that, currently it's at the whim of being imbalanced down. All right, I give up. I'm trying to find this thing. I'll just do it later. This is not. I'm not gonna find the button. I don't know why. NQ is still weak. NQ is still yet again weaker today than it has been. I don't know if it's scared of rate decisions and just selling off everything that's high beta that's sensitive to rates. Because the last 2 days has just been this. Yesterday and today, it's just been this. So NQ fails to trade above VWAP. It just can't seem to hold VWAP at all on any session. The last two. That sound always makes me laugh. I don't know why. The Dow is just pressing, brother. It is ripping. I'm on the wrong asset today. Is bought the fucking Russell instead. I'm sorry, the Russell, the YM. But I don't trade others. I only trade that one. All right, let's see. So far, we got this going on. Open in auction range. Let's see. Let's put that here on this journal. Volume 1. So with that kind of open, it's pretty low quality, to be honest, and it makes sense because it's just shit action. Strongest drag signal in failed breakdown. So half size or skip today. Reduce targets 34%. Fade the extremes of developing range. Do not hold trades expecting full VWAP extension reversion on trending. So the journal historically, based on data, suggests that the strongest drag is a failed breakdown. And today's actually their half size day or skip completely. Reduce targets 30 to 40%. Fade the extremes, meaning the edges. Do not hold trades expecting a full VWAP extension. So pretty shit days, in other words, is what it's saying. It's one of the worst days to trade. Inside prior days range, balanced, low conviction. So, I mean, that makes sense given the whole week's context so far, Monday and Tuesday, the way we've traded. So, that's today's context. Pretty shitty, right? I'm gonna have this trade open. That's probably the only trade I'll end up taking today. I have a classifier that does it for me automatically too. And early in the morning, I really just knew right near the open, it said classification. It gives you like a earmark of what it could be, and then around in the next hour, it'll solidify whether it is an open in range day or not. So I have a background agent, so to speak, that's running, trying to classify the price action and seeing if it is going to be that, like validating based on the history of the trade. And if it is, then it will, in the next hour by the IB, so the next 30 minutes, it'll post another update on the Discord channel there and tell me that it for sure is a open in range day. The open, it just gives me like a preliminary one. They couldn't hold above the RTH VWAP. 'Cause 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 they cou Shitty ass trading session, honestly. I might just fly this bitch out. Do you like balance days or trend? I would say trend, honestly. Trend in general. I hate these days like this. This is shit action, just like yesterday. It's just shit. It's low quality environment for the stuff. I mean, I like to see volume and participation. That gives me conviction. So you're saying your classifier runs for you? It does. I have a classifier that runs for me in the background, yeah. Yeah. Some days are tricky to classify. I think the easiest ones are when they probe the prior day high low, overnight high low, you know, early in the session. I think those are the easiest to classify. The other ones are pretty much in range if there's no setup. Overall, I mean, I can run a report and see what more than on average. Just joining longs here. Okay, cool. I can run a report and see historically like which of the 5, actually more like 4, which of the 4 classifications are more likely to happen on any given day, and that'll give you maybe a statistical boundary over like what it's more likely to be. But I personally have like a background one that runs for me based on the parameters and classifies it for me. I also do it for myself manually though. I do it here on stream, right? And then after I see the one that I classified, then I go and look at the one on Discord and see what it said. So I just kind of use it as reinforcement, not really as a tell, so to speak. But I think with practice, it just becomes a little clearer which one it may be right off the open. I mean, the biggest tell is volume. The biggest tell off the open is the amount of volume. If it's low volume, you can already tell for the most part that it's going to be an open in range or open in auction, or open auction based on low volume. That coupled with what did price do in relation to the opening price, right? Today's opening price is 7596. Did price support the open, the entire open, or did it trade above and below it for a period of time with low volume? Then you know it's going to be an open auction or an open in range, right? The volume plus the price action around the open. And early on, the price action, you can see it's been chopping around the open since, right? We opened, sold off, and then we just chopped around the open again. There. So it just kind of tells you like volume low, open chop. I mean, it's definitely going to be a choppy day. It's going to be one of those 2 classifications of because there's only 4 references. A gap up, gap down, pretty straightforward. There's no really needing to classify that. That within itself tells you everything. But these 2 are the ones that probably happen a little more often than not. It's just a matter of both of them just crossing between both of them are low volume. Below average volume. Tight band, light volume. So volume is the classification that kind of gives you these, because an open test drive and an open drive, those 2 will be very high conviction moves within the first 15 minutes. Like it's one of those opens that just moves pretty drastically right off the open. It either goes in favor of a trend, or it comes, tests a prior day low or an overnight low, and then it reverses. These 2 are easy to classify because you can see the conviction in the price action within the first 15 minutes. These 2 are the tricky ones that are the tell based on the volume, pretty much. Like if you look at the tape and you can see that the volume is low, it's probably going to be one of those 2. I think over time you kind of get reinforcement, like to kind of classify them a little more easily. You won't have to really struggle too much, so to speak. I'm going to take some profit on this run here and the value low at 602. And then hold just a small position. Again, today's low conviction, my expectations should be relatively low. I'm gonna respect that and just I'm gonna just take profits here near if we tag up the high. If not, I'll bring them down based on the current volume. I'm just gonna take profit on this one too. And there you go. So What you do? Oh, you can talk to the Nightbot? Oh shit. I didn't even know that. I'm not sure if it's gonna respond. I just set it up yesterday. I spent like quite some time actually trying to set it up. But I hope that helps, Jim. I mean, I know it's hard, but over time it becomes a little clearer. You can even set up like a relative volume indicator that helps. If you set up, I'm not sure what software you use, but if you use a relative volume indicator, you can find one that will man, this is a failed breakdown. Hold on, let me just draw this out here. I definitely did not see this in real time because I was distracted doing other shit. You gonna take me back, so gone. Don't tell you where I'm at. You hit me on Twitter. That sound mad lame. There's a failed breakdown right there. Alright, I'm gonna take some profit here on this junk at the Valor high. Took some off there. We'll see what happens next, but again, I want to take some right below the Valor low of the current session here. Just right at it. So I'm open to taking it down a little bit too and just see what happens. And Q is above VWAP now, so that gives me some ease, but I don't really trust it either. But you can use, like I was saying, like I'm not sure what platform you use, Jim, but you can have a relative volume indicator that measures the volume off the open, and it tells you relatively like what it is compared to the last 5 days or last whatever weeks, 30 days. And it'll give you it can give you a score like over 1, equal to 1, less than 1, something like that. Ending my day here, I'm scared of Trump. I mean, I feel, man. There was a day where I mean, there's been a couple days, very rare, I should say. It's worked out in my favor, but I think more often than not, it works out of my favor when he talks or says some shit. All right, so I'm gonna take some more profit. Try to probe into it and fail again. In that order, I agree. I agree. Business inflation expectation tick down. Wow. We're taking more profit here and see if they can tag me in a couple ticks. 1 tick. Come on. Come on. Give my money. All right, cool. I still have 3 lots, so let's swap these around actually. The IB is about to be sent in like 10 minutes, so I'll wait for post IB to see what I do with this next set of lots. My expectations are low, given the FOMC and stuff like that, so I'm just going to take it easy. Is there anything I should add to the chat? Meaning like the Nightbot or something? I've seen some people who have pretty interactive stuff with like Nightbots, or I don't know if it's a Nightbot. It's something that they do on the stream. Because honestly, like most days are pretty fucking boring. Like today, right now, I'm doing some shit in the background. I've been trying to do that the whole time. Trying to set up my charts. I'm trying to get away from Thinkorswim already completely. But I just cannot, because I still have these two charts and I'm trying to get rid of them so I can have just only the only Sierra chart. And so I'm trying to recreate those two charts with Sierra right now, but I can't seem to find the symbol settings. I guess we'll put I don't even know if people are watching the stream today, are they? Put it post. Oh, there's people. Okay, cool. I'll put a poll. Will you be trading FOMC today? I think we asked this yesterday, right? You gon' love me, man. Close to understanding him. Comparison, be that man on the moon. That man on the moon, and I'ma do what I do, so do you, hey, hey. I'll be posted with a blunt in a room. I'm the fuck. Ooh, you guys like my singing skills? That's pretty much all I do when I trade alone. I just listen to music and I do other shit in the background. We're like, why not? So I've been posting some overnight expected move levels. Here's the references for one of them. Yesterday was pretty good. The overnight expected move was, the first standard deviation was 612. And the low side was 71. We never tagged 71, but we did tag the first standard deviation up at 612 and completely sold off back into the median. So that was a pretty interesting data point there. I've been posting them for a few days. If you guys want to check them out, they're posted on X. I posted right here. Right here. I post them every day at start of the overnight session for the NQ and the S&P. If you guys trade overnight, it's a good reference to have. Me thinks. I think I actually took a long yesterday. Here it is. You can see it. Right here. And then I actually, the final target actually hit 612 overnight when I was sleeping. Oh, we're getting some momentum now. Okay, after I decided to scale everything. All right, cool. Fair game. I still have 3 lots. I'm going to take 2 here at 603 and then hold 1. I really like 607, but 603 is right where the value high is right now for the current RTH session. So I should be taking it here. Just based on the tape, it's not really pushing too much. It is pushing with momentum, don't get me wrong, but I don't like that it hasn't gotten more momentum. A continuation. Yes, likes your singing and responding to it. Possibly, yeah, I don't know. Big if true, huh? Big if true. That's another take profit. Yeah, it is. You're not wrong. I mean, look at the way it's definitely distributed, right? You got lower lows, lower highs. Volume keeps distributing lower and lower. So you're not wrong. Technically, yeah, you're very correct. Right? As we gapped up, all we've had is distributions lower and lower. Volume's been migrating lower and lower. Now, that's on a day over day basis, but from a week over week basis, technically it's imbalanced up, which is what makes this so tricky, right? Because like week over week, you're here. Actually, you know what? Look at this. Look at this report. Even my report says the same thing. You're not wrong, because my report here on the value area, where is it? Value structure mixed. You got the short time frame bearish, and then the high time frame bullish. so you're not wrong, dude. Like, you're completely right. There's two frames that are conflicting each other here, and it's making for very shitty action. I think once they kind of meet in the middle, the two time frames, at some point we'll get more clear price action, possibly. I mean, again, it is expiration week. It is all this other junk. You know, FOMC expiration week. What I will say is this, like, most times during weeks like this, the major move comes after FOMC, like sometimes overnight or Thursday morning. So if FOMC has a move today by any means, like it expands, usually there's a larger move afoot overnight into the next day. So I wouldn't feel like you missed out or anything. If that were to happen, you know. A lot of you guys saying no. I'm proud of you guys. Wow, look at you having restraint and not gambling tendencies. I see a lot of people on stream live and they have a lot of bad habits of trying to pull the levers on a lotto into FOMC, which makes no sense. I don't understand the mathematical edge there at all over time. So I'm very happy to hear or see that some of you guys are saying no. It's not everyone, so there is some concern. But it's okay. I'm going to take the last one here at the IB high. So the IB is set right there. I just got my alert. The IB is now set. Given today's context, I mean, this can continue to ramp, but I'm going to take my last runner at IBH. That's the last statistical target. I would love to have targeted the overnight high, which is where I was initially targeting, but they already took the overnight low. So once they do that, the probability of them hitting both of them is 40%, 44% or 42%. So I can no longer target the overnight high with high conviction. Is Kevin Walsh tends to hold a rate than increasing the rate? I probably would be a hold, I would assume, right? I think the expectation is hold. I think that's what's priced in. Fed funds futures are pricing in like a 90+% hold on rates. But the outlook is probably maybe what's might change. Yeah. All right, I'll move over to break a little bit of break even here. on this, just below the very low. There it is. So that's it. So like they like to say, I'm new. And then right now I'm just planning for next levels if we trade below. What levels would I be looking at? Like a broken egg. Talking shit, you just digging your grave. So that's it right there. There's a failed breakdown of that initial low from the open. They probed the overnight low. That was the initial set. So right off the open today, I said I like failed breakdowns of the overnight low. But I also would love to have seen the prior day low break. When they do this, it reminds me of yesterday. Yesterday we did something similar where we didn't quite break the prior day low. We broke the overnight low. Overnight low right here. And we didn't quite break the prior day low until eventually they did near the end of the day. So we'll see if that ends up happening sometime in the next few hours. Similar to this. My stop loss is right there. They're about to take me out. Let's see if they hit it. And then that will be it for me. I will likely just chill. If they give me something obvious, then maybe I'll trade small size. But otherwise, we will just hang out. Let's see what else is next. Yeah, see, confidence, 730 confirmed. Open in range. So, peak trading hour is 7:30 to 11:30. So within the next, right now in Euro close is the highest conviction period time to trade for this kind of open. But right now to the next, within this hourly period is the best time to trade for this kind of open. Huh. I put in the classifier and it says overnight low, 10-point MFE drawdown, half size or skip. So the overnight low is a 10-point drawdown. It actually didn't do that 10-point drawdown this time. Yeah, everything's cut 50% in size for today's trading session for the setups neutral structure. So this journal again, that's my trading journal I developed. It's really helpful to gives me expectations for the price action for the day. Yesterday it told me the same thing where it was not the same open, but it was relatively similar context where it told me to stop right there. it told me that I have low expectations for the day. And those low expectations saved me for sure. You can see how, you know, we took profit at VWAP yesterday and the other day, and all I did is just fade the rest of the day. And today's the same, you know, took profit. It told me to scale. The journal told me reduce targets 30-40%, literally half, and then size half, and fade extremes, developing range. Do not hold range expecting full extension. And that's exactly what's happening right now. So I think more often than not, this thing's going to save my butt from trying to press the gas. Now, that is something I was running into a lot too, is I would hold trades with a longer or higher expected profit than the market was just willing to give for that specific session or open type. So classifying them really helps me set my expectations and targets, and it just keeps me in the right frame of mind in a trading session instead of trying to push my assumptions onto it. It gives me a more of like an objective view of the market. Because unfortunately, the market's not going to move how I would like every single day, you know? It's and I think the fact that I can classify the open and kind of I draw historical data from it helps me with that. Well, that was a good call, Mr. Fung Fung. You said, I think earlier you said I'm closing here. Where was it? Ending my day here. I am scared of Trump. That was like, that was the top. That was a good area. You took profit. NQ is back below VWAP again. That I'm living in. Will the rain stores ever end? Sit on by. Sounds I'm above Maine. Never fought to my life, Maine. All that ever rolled, not wheels with the merry-go. Waking another state, living in a new space. The sky might fall, but I'm not worried at all. Oh, sky fall. I love know some, I love know some, I love know some. I am lucky, definitely. You call it a good area to close it, man. Yeah, I think you joined longs like on the momentum push into 80s, and then I don't know where you sold. I would assume up here somewhere at 600 or 590s. So searching each and every way. So bound, so profound when it. Very far away to another universe, what all the people say. What happened to the chart I had open? I expanded a chart. Did I close it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. All right. Oh, we're breaking the IBL. Okay. Did not expect that for sure. Yeah, distribution continues a little lower. His live helps me a lot. Green for 3 weeks is watching it. No way. Big if true. I'm glad to hear that, dude. Congrats, by the way. 21 days. That's impressive. All right, let's just say 15 because it's 5 days per week, but still. Very good, man. Happy for you. What does it help you with? I mean, I don't do much, just kind of talk. I guess maybe I talk a lot, but I'm glad it helps in some way. I need to refresh the gamma levels on this side here. 74 is right there. I think it just hit. You said that level earlier this morning too, I think. Yeah, 74 you said this morning. Right? Look at, check it out. 70 foot is good area if it holds. It held. Yeah. This is the priority low pill breakdown, reclaiming 82s. It's a good long if it holds. I personally would just not be trading it. I'm going to just wait till this afternoon to take any point. Take further trades. Boredom is my biggest enemy. I agree. 100%. It is the worst enemy for trading. It is if it messes up a good day or it puts you on a tilt. Or it just kind of itches for just bad tendencies. So I don't disagree there, man. Certainly is it's a big detriment to trading. I don't know if people realize that. Let's see if anyone's willing to be honest and see us. Let's do a poll on that. I can't vote on it, but you already know my answer to that. Do boredom trades affect your trading? Nah, I think that's a good question. Have you taken boredom trades before? I think that's a better way to phrase the question, right? Because someone can be ignorant to the fact that it affects their trading. But you can't deny whether you've taken a boredom trade or not. Yeah, yes. So this is what I was hoping they would do earlier, is like they would run over the overnight low and the prior day low and then reclaim above 85. But they did not. And the reason I like 85 is simply this area right here. It's right here. 85 right here. You have two examples where, I mean, multiple examples. You have one here, one here, one here, where this level is just kind of held and serves as a springboard between here and here. I think that this level reclaiming later into FOMC. So for example, let's say we trade lower, somewhere 60s, potentially 50s, and then into FOMC, or at the end of FOMC, we're holding 85s. It's certainly a long. So it's going to be a reference for me later in the day, if it holds on any sell-off into the FOMC volatility, into the overnight or whatever end of day action is. The put wall is pretty far out, so is the call wall. $8.46, man. The flesh is not your friend. Oh my. There's the overnight low failed breakdown again. It's quite common to have overnight low failed breakdowns. I mean, if you guys referenced yesterday's session, we had multiple of them. The only kicker is that they're not always like the highest profit factor trades. Had multiple reclaims of it that test VWAP in some instances, but they're not the highest MFE. Oops. That's a strong rejection. I like this kind of volatility. See what this is about. This kind of volatility is I like because it traps inventory if it recovers. This is a big sell. Sierra says we're at 60s. Why the hell is Jigsaw lagging? Okay, we're hitting the put wall? No, not yet. Ain't that some shit, huh? So Jigsaw is lagging. Don't even look at it right now. It's lagging. I don't know why. Sierra is up to date right now. If we recover that prior day low area, if we do like a long, I'll take a small size long. This kind of volatility is always good. Violent move? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't have a headline yet, but there's a headline for it. Stop runs. I mean, if there's no news, yeah, probably. So it's possible for sure. The Dow broke down a little harder than normal on that dip, and that was the weaker dip. So I'm not sure what it's related to. What video games do you play, man? I know I said yesterday you said you were playing a video game, or I think it was the day before. Here's a reclaim party low. League of Legends. Huh. Let me see. What is that? Sorry, I haven't played League of Legends online game. League of Legends. I don't know the game. Let's see. Oh wait, I think I played it with a friend before. Yeah. No, I know what it is. I think I played it once. One of my friends wanted to play. We played. I downloaded. It's a free game, right? It's been a while. I have a system, but I don't even play it. It kind of sucks. I play with my wife sometimes, but it's been a while. I used to have my system hooked up to my PC. Where is it? Yeah, here is PS Remote Play. I have the ability to play it from my PC here because my system's in the living room. So I would play from here. I might connect it one day and just play from here while I stream. The thing is, like right now I have some things I need to work on. They're a little more productive. Like because I need to set up a few things on my computer still that I haven't finished. But I have debated doing it because most times it's just there's nothing to trade. It's just a matter of waiting. You know, you were not yeah, earlier. You said you were scared of Trump or whatever. I mean, I don't know if he tweeted something. He might have said something at a conference, maybe. I don't know, like on a one-off. But this was one of those volatility events I was saying that is very probable to happen during this kind of low volume period. I think a pet is a great trading friend. Probably. Do you have pets? I don't have any pets. I'm allergic to dog hair and cat hair. So I mean, there's some hypoallergenic pets maybe. My wife wants a dog, but yeah. I don't see any news on Fox Factory. It would be good if I have financial juice. Okay. I have a ragdoll. Wait, hold on. How's that? Oh, cool. Oh, those are cute, man. Affectionate, attentive, social. Oh, they have different temperaments. Oh, they're like dog cats. Oh, no way. That explains a lot. I think my neighbor had one. So my neighbor had one because I thought it was the weirdest thing. I saw a cat on a leash being walked like a dog. And I was baffled. I was like, wait, what did I just see right now? And it has a lot of tendencies that are similar to a dog. So I was impressed. Good cats. Yeah, throw a ball to my cat bites and brings it back to me. No way. That does not sound real, dude. That's funny. So they might be forming another failed breakdown here. I'm willing to try this. I do like this setup here. I'll put a buy limit, but it's going to be a very selective buy. Very small risk. I only want to risk less than $100 just to stay green. If they even fill me, right? So if they come back into 78 somewhere around there, I'm willing to fill. I'll take a fill on a dip, small size, risking small profit. Because this kind of setup here, this low, is a high quality failed breakdown. It took out, had volatility on the dip, and it recovered the priority low and the overnight low all in one candle or in one go. So if they find a way to fill me here at 78s, I'm open to taking it. 78 right here. So we'll see. I'll meet you at 79. Fair enough, Mr. Market. It's only gonna be 2 lots, very small. See if they fill me or not. And it must be the drugs. see. Boredom. 4 votes. Cool. Yeah, I don't have any pets, but that's nice. I wake up in the morning, take a busy much man, take a me, take a man. Where you go? I gotta get back. God, I can't believe Lil Wayne was popular a while ago. Sheesh. Alright. Somehow in the midst of all of this, the Dow is still holding above the overnight high. Here, let me show you. The NQ has not traded below overnight low, which is weird. So, here's the overnight high on the this yellow line. It probed below it and held back above. The NQ took a new low, but it didn't quite trade the overnight low, which is really odd. So we'll see. We would not no more. We got 2 minutes to the top of the hour. And I would have liked to have seen this close above the prior day low into this end of this hour, but it's not doing that. So makes me a little hesitant here. Why just close it out early? I was young, I am bloody. Looking for me. There's a little pop. Is that top of the hour? Yeah. We're about to hit top of the hour. There it is, new hour. We're heading into Euro close. Yes, behind the door. You, we ain't that different. I struck the fuck out and then I came back swinging. Bury my soul. I know that unturned stones, I'm a pro when it come to my job. Oil price jumps with eyes on Iran deal. Oil jump too? Let's see, I have it right here. Oh, oil's green. It's at 76 though. I mean, I don't know. It's not that high up. Boeing did drop 2, drop 3. It was up to 230s, 229. There's some sort of Iran development because Boeing was green on the day. It was at 230s. And then the VIX popped as well. I mean, that's kind of normal given FOMC. So I'm not sure. Oh, it was an ugly long, man. I thought it would have looked prettier than what it's looking like right now, but see if it holds. If it hold above value, it could be great. Yeah, the 80, 81, which is also where the overnight low is. I agree. I agree. It would just rotate back inside the value area, back into what was the point of control, like 90, and then back to the very high. So it'll do the same rotation again. So not wrong. It would be a good long reclaim for a momentum push into 90s. Fine, but I find it's interesting to look at the initial balance and its first pullback to VWAP. Yeah, which one? Well, do you use the full session? I think you use just RTH, right? This one? I don't know, I can't tell which one you're talking about. I usually trade the first. Here, this pullback? So far, it's doing the opposite of what I was looking for. I wanted it to hold above. President Trump sees oil price of oil soon receding to level of 4 months ago. Okay, random buy. Okay. A first pullback. Let's see, what was that right here? This was the first pullback. The 88 one, the full session. For like a continuation, or just in general to target either IB high or IB low? Like, are you saying like it works if you have a move that pulls back into VWAP and then you continue for a target of IBH, or and then also a failure below and a target IB low, something like that? In other words, using it as a pivot to target the IBH or IB low, right? I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Like a pivot zone, you use it. If it's above, target IBH. If it's below, target IBL. It's not good, bro. We're still holding below Valor low. No push after this volatility. Holding below prior day low. So my little trade here is shit. I'm giving it time to resolve, but it's total shit. So it's putting in like an acceptance below the failed breakdown of the current session, which is not bullish regime intraday setup. In order to kind of flip this around, it's going to be the same level you said earlier. I think 81 has to reclaim. That'll change the narrative, but for now it looks like the stop might hit at some point if this continues. I like this little higher low here forming. That's putting in a reclaim of the current initial low. But either way, I need to see a hold above here. Above the prior day low, which is where the violator low is. If that happens, I'll move my stop right here, where this low is at 68. But it has to hold above into 80s. If it holds above 80s, I'll move my stop loss a little higher. And then I'll just move the take profit where it needs to be. NATO allies help restore Strait of Hormuz. Okay. Until later today, given the few days of distribution we're having, right after that gap up, 3 days of distribution, today's close will be important. So if we close back into this distribution area, or not distribution area, but value area, which is what, 610 through 6. These are all meshed together. It's hard to read them. So if price closes, if price ends the day right here, right, which is 610 through what, 592. So if it closes between 610 and 592, anywhere closing there, and to end the day, will likely transverse and we'll come back to 30s again. Yeah. Because that would put in all this distribution down, that would put a failed breakdown of all that. Oh, they're coming back in. Cool. That's a failed breakdown, potentially a little micro one. We'll label it. Oops. Oh, whatever. I'm supposed to copy and move it, not fucking. So that's a failed breakdown currently right now of this little one, this little range. Right, you have a little cluster of support, and then it just kind of breaks down. So if this holds above and breaks back into this 82 area, I'm gonna move my stop up on this trade, because at that point I don't want to see it trade below this low anymore. This is a local low or a small structure low. They're pushing up again. Now they're really pushing. My oh my. It would be better of having a limit buyer holding. I agree. Yeah, passively. Yeah. Thing is, I don't know if we're gonna have that kind of action today, given, you know, the backdrop of today's session. Not seeing yet from my footprint. Yeah, I agree though. They're definitely not wrong. That would definitely add a higher level of confluence. Beat up. We'll see if this holds. Anyway, this is again. This was always. There's a limit buyer right there. Look at him. He just showed up. Look at him. 400 lots right there at the 8, right below at 80s. He's right there. Look at him. Right there, right at the where my cost basis is. At 79-ish. The buyer showed up. We can push past this area. Is that really what that probably would drop the market? And Trump says I will go right back to dropping bombs if he doesn't like the Iran deal. I thought they liked the Iran deal. What happened? So confusing. Like he says he agreed on the terms, or I think that's what he said. And then now he says he's gonna drop on him if he doesn't like the terms. I don't fucking get it. I think that's the point, right? I think nobody's supposed to know what the fuck's going on. JD Vance is probably confused as fuck too. He's probably, what are you talking about, dude? I'm supposed to go on Friday. What do you mean? Like JD just gives him the side eye, like, what the fuck you just say right now, dude? What are you talking about? What is this one on? Oh, the IBL. All right, we'll try the stop now a little higher. Now that it's holding. It was at 68. Yeah, 68 right here. Boom. So this is what I drew out earlier. I said if we can put in a failed breakdown here, hold above the par day low, consolidate. I'll put the stop loss right there where that swing low is. The next ideal situation is holding above the RTH VWAP, and then yeah, if we can hold above that, we'll probably trade the point of control from earlier at 90s, which is aligns up with the 92 Bel Air low. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I feel like today's gone by so slow. It's barely gonna be 8:30. Sheesh. Yeah, he sat there. So a little bit after you said that, he sat there at the 70 area, 79, I think. All right, I'm gonna just flatten this thing out, dude. I'm not gonna
Fuck all this. I'm closing this. This is just too much chop, dude. Alright, I flattened out. Yeah, I mean, if it goes higher, congrats or whatever to the market, but I just... my journal and my stats say to just not even trade today or reduce size. I did reduce size on this trade, but it's a low probability environment. I'm not gonna fucking hold this anymore. You know? I think I'm just gonna call it here and scathe away on the break even on that last trade and just call it green. And then I will see. Again, I referenced earlier, depending today's close, what happens after the FOMC meet, I think it's pretty straightforward. Like if we just if we close anywhere above 592, 610, it's gonna be a pretty straightforward long into overnight. In my opinion, I think holding that area will be a pretty straightforward trade. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream here. I'll be back tomorrow. If you guys want to read the newsletter, I do comment on there intraday on the Substack, but the link's right there. I think it'll pop up in a sec, but yeah, it looks like it's gonna go. I mean, Euro close just happened. We might just get a mean reversion back to the chop area, but overall, no conviction each way. The open classification was open in range, right? It says reduce targets. Don't expect VWAP extensions. Watch for a late expansion after. So what's common is that, hey, thanks, man. I'll see you. Enjoy your day too. Watch for a late expansion after 11 Eastern. Keep a small runner on any trigger setups. So kind of calls for that today. Take care, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in.